Hey there, so far we've covered why refined carbs and simple sugars don't support your goals. So today we're taking it a step further. We're diving into the best carb choices for energy, satiety, and fat loss because this is a key piece of your long-term success. A common misconception about carbs is that they are inherently bad or that they directly lead to fat gain. That's not quite true, and I don't want that to be your takeaway from this challenge. Carbs are simply a source of fuel. What matters most is the type, quality, and amount you consume. So let's break it down. Simple versus complex carbs. All carbs eventually break down into glucose in your blood, but how fast they do this and what else they provide makes all the difference in your fat loss journey. Simple carbs like refined grains, sugar, white bread, pasta, pastries, etc. digest quickly, spike blood sugar, and don't keep you full or provide nutrients. Complex carbs like veggies, sweet potatoes, quinoa, and whole fruits digest slower, provide fiber and nutrients, and help with satiety and support your metabolism, the way you make energy. If there's one key takeaway from carbs is prioritize complex carbs. They fuel your body efficiently, keep you full for longer, and help make fat loss sustainable without the miserable crashes and cravings that refined carbs create. Now, not all complex carbs are the same. I've already talked a little bit about this. Let's cover it again. They fall into two categories. Starchy carbs, which are more energy dense and higher in carbohydrates, meaning they provide more fuel for activity. For example, sweet potatoes, squash, plantains, legumes, and quinoa. And then we have non-starchy carbs, lower in carbs but higher in fiber and micronutrients, making them incredibly nutrient dense with minimal impact on blood sugar. Some examples of these are leafy greens, broccoli, mushrooms, zucchini, cauliflower, artichokes, etc. And both have a place in your diet, but starchy carbs should be eaten in moderation based on your activity level. So the more active you are, the more flexibility you have with starchy carbs. But keep in mind, it's not a huge difference either. The key is really to choose carbs that work with your body and pairing them with protein and healthy fats to optimize energy and satiety. Carbs aren't just found in grains and starches. They're also present in fruits and dairy in varying amounts. But not all carbs affect your body the same way. So glycemic load helps you determine which ones have the biggest impact by measuring both how quickly your food raises your blood sugar and how much of it you're actually eating. This makes it a more practical guide for choosing carbs that support energy, satiety, and fat loss. So low glycemic load foods like berries, leafy greens, and unsweetened dairy products have a minimal impact on blood sugar, providing steady energy and satiety. Medium glycemic load foods like bananas, sweet potatoes, legumes have a moderate effect and are best consumed based on your activity level. And high glycemic load foods like dried fruits, white potatoes, processed and refined grains, desserts, packaged goods cause bigger blood sugar spikes, leading to energy crashes and more cravings. So keep avoiding these ones. And so for this challenge, you know now that we're focusing on whole, low to medium glycemic load foods to keep blood sugar stable, support fat loss, and stay full for longer. While fruit is a great nutrient-dense choice, be mindful of dried fruits and high glycemic load options as they can spike blood sugar similarly to refined carbs. The same applies to dairy. Stick to unsweetened, minimally processed sources for the best results. And make use of your glycemic load cheat sheet I've created for you. Everything is linked for you. And so carbs themselves don't directly cause fat gain. I hope that's clear by now. However, refined carbs make it much easier to overeat because they lack fiber and essential nutrients. So when you consume too many refined carbs, you're essentially eating empty calories. They digest quickly, spike blood sugar, and leave you feeling hungry again soon after. And this cycle creates a roller coaster of cravings and energy crashes, making fat loss frustrating, even painful, and of course unsustainable. If you've struggled with this before, it's not your fault. Maybe this approach worked for a while, but as you hit your 30s, these imbalances can compound, affecting hormones, metabolism, and overall health, making everything feel harder and impossible. The key is breaking free from this cycle by choosing nutrient-dense carbs that fuel your body correctly. And here's an interesting question. Given everything you've learned, do you think we actually need carbs for energy? So one of the biggest myths in nutrition is that we need carbs for energy. And without them, we don't have energy and we crash. But the truth is that your body does not require dietary glucose, carbs, to function properly. When I say glucose, I'm always referring to carbohydrates and vice versa, since all carbs break down into glucose in the body. So yes, glucose is a quick fuel source, but it's not essential in the same way protein and fats are. Your body naturally produces the small amounts of glucose it needs through gluconeogenesis, converting protein protein and fat into glucose when necessary. And remember, metabolic flexibility. This is your ability to switch between carbs and fat for energy, and it's how your body is designed to function best. So yes, while carbs can be a part of a healthy diet, you don't have to rely on them for energy. And for this challenge, your goal is to train your metabolism to efficiently use both fats and carbs for fuel. By focusing on whole, complex carbs instead of refined ones, you're setting yourself up for better energy, satiety, and fat loss success. Right, baby? Once your metabolism is reset and fat adapted, the occasional pasta or bread won't derail your progress. But for now, let's focus on resetting your metabolism and fueling it with the best sources to build a strong foundation for lasting success. So your action plan for today: review your glycemic load cheat sheet and choose 2 to 3 low to moderate glycemic load veggies to incorporate into your meals this week. Prioritizing these nutrient-dense options will help keep your energy stable and support your satiety. Have fun looking at all the options you have from the low to moderate sections and keep avoiding the high glycemic load foods. Stay consistent with your foundational habits. Prioritize protein at every meal, eat your last meal at least 3 hours before bed, and find ways to move throughout the day. If you maybe already take a morning walk, consider adding a short walk after lunch or dinner to increase daily movement, or take breaks between your sedentary moments at work if you're sitting all day. The more you move, the better. And last action step, challenge yourself with your primal essential movements. Push for a few extra reps today in your key exercises. You now have a solid foundation in nutrition. You understand what each macronutrient does, how to fuel your body effectively, and why food quality matters. It's not just calories. This knowledge plus action equals sustainable growth, and that is your power. Use it to make better choices every day and fuel your body with intention. Keep going, keep moving forward, and I will see you in the next video.